Now, today I want to talk about something that is extremely pertinent, something which tragically this incident has sort of brought the focus of the entire nation on how important it is to take care of your heart. I'm talking about Mandira Bedi's husband dying suddenly in the middle of the night in his home while sleeping. And before the family could even do something, before the family could even get the doctors, he was dead. Like I said, this has got many to think. How is it that young people, fit people, are getting strokes more and more? When we thought that our lifestyle was becoming more aware, we thought our mindset was moving more towards exercise and healthy eating, but somehow it's not reflecting in the numbers. So in the course of the next few minutes, I'm going to be taking you through some tricks and tips. Also, I will be taking you through some early signs that you should be very watchful for. And if you're getting those signs, please immediately contact your doctor. First, let's begin by understanding how big a problem this really is. Now, Indian youth is known to have a weaker heart. South Asians altogether are said to have a weaker heart. It's happened in course of several decades and generations. Our gene pool, we are more vulnerable to diabetes, to hypertension, etc. But sample this. Every minute, about 4 Indians in the age group of 30 to 50 get a stroke. This is a number that we should really be very, very worried for, because Indians said to have heart related problems 8 to 10 years earlier than any other ethnic groups across the world. That's how much more vulnerable we are. Also, earlier, the conventional thinking was that heart strokes were seen in men who were above 50 and in women who were above, say, 55, 60 or so. But now, that number and that age bracket has dramatically changed, because doctors are now telling us that 50% of the heart attacks that happen in men in the country occur in men who are under 50. 25% of heart related diseases and even heart attacks, to be more specific, in Indian men occur when they are under 40 years of age. So clearly more and more younger people are getting more prone to heart attacks. Why is that happening? Well, there are some factors that experts have pointed out. Factors like stress, factors like loneliness, job loss. Remember, all three amplified further because of the current pandemic. Then there is extreme weather, then there is addiction to smoking, dependence on alcohol. All of that is said to be contributing to numbers in younger people now escalating and getting strokes. So it's important to understand perhaps who is vulnerable. Well, there is a list of people who are definitely more vulnerable than the rest. Indians on the whole, remember, as a subset of people and as a group across the world are more vulnerable, and in that there is a subset of people who are more likely to get heart attacks. Who are those? These are people who have pre-diabetes. These are people who have insulin resistance. These are people with low HDL, that's the good cholesterol, and high levels of the bad cholesterol. Then high lipoprotein, vitamin D deficiency, abdominal obesity if you have, premature menopause and fatty liver. If you have any of these symptoms, please go see a doctor. Let them know that these might be signs of an early onset of a heart disease and you must contact your doctor that early. Apart from that, are there any signs that one can be perhaps watching out for? Well, the thing that people often confuse heart attack and strokes too is that they believe that perhaps it will happen in some filmy way. Not everybody gets a heart attack with massive pain in the chest on the side, your heart is, and they fall on the floor and it goes to their arm. Not everybody gets it like that. Some people get more milder symptoms. Some people even have signs which, if tapped on early, can lead to early detection, can give you enough time to bring you to a hospital and perhaps save your life. What are those symptoms? Watch out for these very, very carefully. They start with a basic thing that is often said, which is discomfort in the chest. Now, discomfort is a very broad term. It can go from anything from getting a mild stiffness or a mild pain or a congestion in the chest or feeling a little heavy, all the way to feeling like an elephant just stepped on you. Any sort of discomfort must be reported to your doctor, specifically if you know that you have a family history. Nausea, indigestion, what is often confused as indigestion is actually a mild heart attack, which you might survive, might not survive sometimes. So please let your doctor know. Heartburn, stomach pain, dizziness, feeling a little lightheaded suddenly, pain in the throat, pain in the jaw. All these are said to be signs that you are experiencing a stroke. You have to let your doctor know immediately. Unusually loud snoring. This is something that your family needs to be sort of more alert towards, and alert the doctor as well if you're doing that more and more. Sweating for no reason. Suddenly if you begin to sweat, suddenly if you begin to feel uneasy, call up the doctor, understand, listen to your body, know that something is wrong. Long-lasting cough is a sign. Swelling in the legs, in the ankle and in the feet is a sign as well. And irregular heartbeat. All these are early signs that should be reported to your doctor. So having understood that, and we talked about how Indians are more vulnerable, South Asians are more vulnerable, we tried to understand from doctor, why is that? Well, a lot of emphasis have been actually put on the gene pool, because for generations we've been more vulnerable to this. And now more and more emphasis is also going to our habits now, to our lifestyle now. Many doctors also indicating that because COVID has become such a central point of our discussion and your mind is constantly thinking about it, we are concentrating more upon it, the other signs of other illnesses are getting ignored, and that could be a reason why. So this video is actually to bring back your attention to those problems as well, and bring back your attention to those issues as well. But just to give you a perspective on how vulnerable Indians and South Asians really are to heart diseases and heart strokes. Well, every 6 seconds, okay, every 6 seconds, regardless of age and gender, someone in South Asia dies because of a stroke. Every 6 seconds. That's why doctors have been calling this a very silent epidemic that has been ongoing in the country for so long but doesn't get talked about. South Asians are particularly high risk to strokes. An estimated 40% of all stroke related deaths worldwide, 40% of all stroke related deaths worldwide are happening in South Asia alone. And India's contribution to that? Well, India accounts to approximately 60% of the world heart disease burden. We are also more impacted by diabetes, metabolic syndrome, hypertension, and smoking, of course, being a major contributor to that as well. India, huge market over here. So perhaps what can you do? Let's talk about some simple solutions that experts have told us about. First things first, you have to not ignore these symptoms. You have to be listening to your body and report to your doctor much early. Second, early diagnosis, like we said, is the only cure. If you are already in the subset of people who are more vulnerable, start getting yourself tested from 30 years of age. From 30 onwards, men or women, you have to start getting your tests, your lipid profile, your fasting, your other testing for your cholesterol, good, bad of it. All these testings have to be done quite early in life and at regular intervals, so your doctor can actually monitor what's going on, can give you advice on diet, can give you advice on medicines, can give you advice on your lifestyle and exercise accordingly. Also, doctors have said that the focus of the younger generation, which often seems to be on having a fit body, and needs to change from having a fit mind and a more relaxed body. They say how just doing cardio is not good enough exercise, or only doing yoga is not good enough exercise. You have to do a combination of both. Also, doctors at this point saying that because of our lifestyle, because now we are working from home, studying from home, playing at home, because of that we are not able to exercise enough, and thus a quick tip, really something that I often end up doing as well and has really helped, is standing and working. Long hours of standing, or longer duration of standing, longer duration of walking, all of that really helps you have a better lifestyle, to have a more swasth lifestyle, and perhaps keep your heart healthy away from any of these strokes. The key point here to remember is this is not to panic you, this is to tell you to be more aware, to be more watchful, and to ensure that you're taking the right steps in the direction of having a more healthy heart and having a more healthy lifestyle as well. That's it on today's video. We'll catch you on the next one.